Generally, macros will make you play better and allow you to just press things faster, right? But sometimes they actually make you play worse. So, a couple examples of good macros before we talk about macros that will actually decrease your damage that new players might try to use. Here's a standard macro, right? Show heroic strike, start attack, cast heroic strike. Very standard macro. Or cast battle stance, cast overpower, start attack. That way, if you're in Zerker stance, you can press that button instantly. You're in battle stance and you overpower, or Zerker rage macro, etc. But there's a couple macros I want to go over here that a newer player, they came to me for help, and I just want to highlight how some of the macros they made were actually making them play worse, and I advise them to stop using these macros. So here's one macro they have. It's start attack, cast bloodthirst, cast heroic strike. So anytime you're trying to get into this one button macro, it's going to make you play worse. So let's just go through the scenario that Bloodthirst takes 30 rage, and you're at 20 rage. You press the macro, it uses heroic strike. Now you're at 5 rage, and you're auto attacking. You're gaining rage. You hit heroic strike, Bloodthirst macro, and again you use heroic strike, and you've not used Bloodthirst because you haven't gotten enough rage. Now, inevitably you will get that rage. You'll crit with the offhand, you'll get the rage, and you will bloodthirst, but not as often. And the goal of the warrior is to bloodthirst every 6 seconds. Boom, boom, boom. But if bloodthirst becomes available and the macro keeps prying heroic strike, maybe several seconds go by and you're bloodthirsting every 10 seconds now instead of every 6 seconds. And then throughout the raid, now you're doing 40 bloodthirsts less than everyone else, and it's a DPS loss. Here's another macro. Cast Whirlwind Cleave. Same thing's going to happen. Cleave is 20 rage, Whirlwind's 25, and every now and then, that Whirlwind's just not going to happen. Maybe you have 20 rage and there are several mobs. They're all low health, and you want to hit him with that big fat whirlwind, but your macro pryos and uses the cleave, and you hit 2 of them instead of 4 of them. Like, these are DPS losses. So you have to be careful with when you're making a macro that's going to use multiple abilities. What are you coupling together? Are you coupling things that like go hand in hand, like battle stance and overpower, or are you doing like bloodthirst and heroic strike? You have to be a little bit careful about that. I think there could sometimes be an opportunity to use like cleave and bloodthirst or cleave and whirlwind, maybe, but you need to also have a individual button. You need to have a whirlwind button. You need to have a bloodthirst button. You need to be able to specifically select what spell you're using. Hope that helps. Just a little tip for new players out there, because I do, I get people messaging me, asking questions, and some of the first things I do is I look at the logs, and I'm like, you're not using this ability very much. And then I say, okay, send me your macros. Make sure you have a macro for this and this and this. And they send me their macros, and it's like, oh my gosh, no. You can't have these macros. So if that helps, cool. Just want to put that out there. If you enjoyed the video, drop me a sub and a comment. Catch me live on my Twitch channel, Dwarf Lord TV, to connect with me or say hi to me in game on any of my characters. Dwarf Lord out.
And they say that the Dwarf Lord could save us. I'm not gonna pave here and wait. I'll hold on to the beard of the Dwarf Lord. Watch as we heroic leap away.